All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be diving into some top-level chess.
Ooh, exciting.
It is, specifically, Game 3 of the 2024 World Chess Championship between Ding Liren and the challenger, Gukesh D.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's
Up and coming.
Yeah, very much so.
Young.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
You guys gave us some fantastic resources to use.
Absolutely.
Annotated game notation, news articles, a move-by-move breakdown.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to use all of this to understand not just who won, but the how and the why of Gukesh's victory.
I like it.
And what it means for the championship going forward.
Okay, yeah, let's get into it.
So going into Game 3, the score was tied 1-1.
So very pivotal.
Very pivotal, very exciting.
High stakes.
High stakes, exactly. In Singapore.
Nice.
The match was held in Singapore this year. Gukesh is playing white.
Okay.
And he opens with...
Ooh, what's he going to play?
1d4.
Classic.
Which leads to a Queen's Gambit declined.
Oh, okay.
Very popular opening.
Yeah, I know that one.
Known for its solid pawn structure and the potential for dynamic play.
I see. Okay.
But then on move 7, Gukesh plays h3.
h3.
Now, this is a move that really caught everyone's attention.
Oh, why is that?
Well, it's a line previously played by Vladimir Kramnik.
Oh, wow.
Former world champion, known for his positional strategical style.
Very positional.
Very, very positional.
Yeah.
In fact, Ding admitted after the game that he was completely surprised by this line.
Oh, wow.
He said he had no prior knowledge of it.
So he was really caught off guard.
Completely caught off guard.
Yeah.
So right out of the gate,
wow,
Gukesh seems to have done his homework and is outmaneuvering Ding strategically.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got no knowledge of the line, how can you prepare for it?
Exactly, yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, with this h3.
Yeah.
You know, Kramnik was known for his kingside play.
Right.
And this move by Gukesh hints at that kind of strategic thinking.
I see.
It prevents a pin on his knight.
Okay.
But it also prepares for potential kingside expansion later in the game.
So it's like a subtle little threat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a very subtle threat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So he's thinking ahead.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
He's already kind of setting the stage for a possible attack later.
Yeah.
So even though this h3 move doesn't lead to any immediate gains, it really sets the tone for the entire game.
Absolutely. It makes Ding react to a plan that he didn't know.
Exactly.
Hadn't anticipated.
Been thought about.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Gukesh is playing with confidence.
Yeah.
He's pushing Ding out of his comfort zone.
Out of his prep, I guess.
Out of his prep, yeah. Forcing him to think on his feet. And the middle game continues with this tension.
Okay.
And we see Ding starting to struggle with time pressure.
Okay.
Sources point out move 13.
All right.
Where Ding plays NBD7 as a particularly interesting moment.
Okay, why is that?
They describe it as a novelty.
A novelty, what does that mean?
Could you explain that?
Yeah, so a novelty in chess is basically a move that's never been played before in a particular position.
I see.
So it's like coming up with a brand new idea, a fresh approach that your opponent, you know, has never seen before. So in this case, 13. And BD7 was a strong move by Ding.
Okay.
Showing his own creative thinking.
Okay.
But it took him a lot of time.
So even though it was a good move, it cost him
time.
Precious time on the clock.
Yeah, at this level especially, time is so important.
Every second counts.
Every second counts.
And as the game progressed, this time pressure on Ding would become a major factor.
I see. Okay.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
How even one unusual move at the beginning
can have this ripple effect
right
throughout the entire game.
I mean, that's the beauty of chess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every decision has consequences.
Yeah.
You know, down the line.
Absolutely.
So in this case, Gukesh's bold opening choice, reminiscent of Kramnik's style, had a profound impact on the flow of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ding's clock as well.
Yeah. So Gukesh's preparation and strategic thinking are paying off. But the sources also mentioned that Gukesh makes a slight inaccuracy on move 15 with g5.
Okay, g5, interesting.
Did this give Ding some breathing room?
Well, yeah, 15 g5 wasn't the most accurate move by Gukesh.
Okay.
It gave Ding a chance to regroup, slightly.
Okay.
And alleviate some of that pressure he was facing.
I see.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a back and forth battle.
It always is.
Yeah.
Right. At this level.
Exactly.
It's never going to be one-sided.
Yeah, they're both trying to outmaneuver each other.
Yeah.
But then the game takes a dramatic turn with Ding's move 18, where he plays RH5.
RH5, okay.
This is the move that everyone's been talking about. Yeah. What happened?
Well, 18, RH5, turned out to be a blunder.
Oh.
A critical error that would cost Ding dearly.
Wow.
To understand why, we need to look at the position of his bishop on C2.
Okay, so let's bring in that detailed game notation you mentioned.
Yeah, let's do it.
What happened to his bishop?
Well, with RH5, Ding inadvertently exposed his bishop.
Oh.
And Gukesh, like a true predator, saw this vulnerability.
Yeah.
And pounced.
Wow.
Over the next few moves, he brilliantly exploited this weakness, forcing Ding into a position where he had to sacrifice material to save his king.
Wow, so it sounds like Ding just walked right into a trap.
Yeah, it really does.
And the sources mention that similar scenarios have occurred in some of Gukesh's previous games.
Okay.
Suggesting that maybe he had even anticipated this kind of mistake from Ding.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes, I think, about Gukesh's preparation.
It does.
And his ability to learn from past games.
Yeah.
Both his own and those of other great players.
Absolutely. It's like he's got this library of chess knowledge in his mind.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, and he's pulling out these ideas and these patterns at the right moment.
Right.
It's incredible.
So after this critical error, how did the game progress?
Well, once Gukesh gained this material advantage, he demonstrated another impressive quality.
Okay.
His endgame mastery.
Right, because even with extra pieces, you still need to know how to convert that advantage into a win.
Exactly. And Gukesh showed a level of maturity and precision that really belies his young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, he methodically converted his advantage, slowly but surely tightening the noose around Ding's position.
It was like a slow strangulation.
It really was. He was just squeezing and squeezing and squeezing until there was nothing left.
And even though Ding eventually lost on time, the sources suggest that even without the time pressure, his position was pretty much irretrievable.
Yeah, he was in a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
And it's unlikely he could have salvaged the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gukesh's final move, 37, Bix F5, was almost a formality.
Yeah, the final nail in the coffin.
A final exclamation point on a masterful performance.
It really was.
So this win for Gukesh was clearly more than just a lucky break.
Right.
It was a combination of strategic brilliance, deep preparation, and the ability to capitalize on his opponent's mistake.
He took his chances when they came.
He did, and this victory had a significant impact on the championship as a whole.
Yeah, so not only did it even the score, it also sent a strong message.
Yeah.
Gukesh is a serious contender, and he's not afraid to challenge the reigning champion.
Yeah, that must have put immense pressure,
I imagine,
on Ding.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to hear more about how this win might have affected him psychologically, and what strategies he might have employed in the subsequent game to try and regain control.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's something that we'll delve into further in the next part of our deep dive.
That's good.
But for now, we'll leave it at that.
All right. Yeah, it must have been tough for him.
Yeah. So how do you think he reacted to this loss?
I mean, psychologically.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, Ding admitted to being surprised by Gukesh's opening.
Right.
The sources even quote him as saying that he had no knowledge of that particular line.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's got to be a blow to your confidence, right?
Right.
Especially at this level.
Yeah, it makes you realize that they're human too.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Even world champions can be thrown off their game.
Yeah.
But the sources also highlight Ding's history of bouncing back from setbacks.
Right.
He lost the first game
of
this very championship to Gukesh.
And then what happened?
And immediately evened the score.
Oh, so he's done it before.
In the next game.
Okay.
So he's known for his resilience,
right,
analytical mind.
Yeah, he's not the type to just sort of crumble and give up.
Right. He doesn't dwell.
He's a fighter.
He learns from them.
Yeah.
And adapts his strategy. So we shouldn't assume that this loss just completely demoralized him.
Right, right.
It might have even fueled his determination.
You know, like, oh, I'm going to show them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
To come back even stronger.
Okay.
But how do you think he approached the remaining games?
That's a good question.
Did he become more cautious?
Yeah.
Did he take more risks?
I don't know. What do the sources say?
Well, one article mentions that Ding
Yeah.
has experimented with less common openings in the past.
All right.
He's not afraid to deviate.
So maybe he's thinking, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to throw him off.
Right.
I need to try something different.
Yeah.
Something he won't expect.
So there's a chance he might have tried to surprise Gukesh in return.
Yeah.
Maybe even using some unorthodox tactics
Right.
to disrupt his momentum.
I see.
But that's a risky strategy.
It is.
Right.
Very risky.
Because Gukesh has shown
Yeah.
he's incredibly well prepared.
Right.
You know, it's almost as if he anticipated Ding's every move in game 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you try and out-surprise someone who's already proven to be one step ahead,
Right.
that could backfire.
Spectacularly.
Yeah.
So it's this constant game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
This strategic and psychological battle that makes this championship
Oh, I know.
so compelling.
Yeah, it really is.
This match really highlights this clash between experience and youthful daring.
Yeah. Ding,
Yeah.
the season champion, versus Gukesh, the rising star.
Yeah.
And in game 3,
Yeah.
it seemed like youth had the upper hand,
Right.
but experience has its own advantages.
What do you mean?
Well, Ding
Yeah.
has been in these
Yeah.
pressure cooker situations
High pressure.
before he knows how to handle the mental strain
Yeah.
of the world championship.
Right. And he's also had time now
Right.
to analyze
Yeah.
Gukesh's playing style.
Yeah, to look for weaknesses and patterns.
Yeah, yeah.
So even though he was trailing after game 3,
Yes, far too early
way too early.
to count him out.
Right.
In fact, I'm curious to hear more about
Yeah.
the psychological game
Oh, interesting.
that was playing out between them.
Yeah.
Did the sources mention anything about that?
Absolutely. It wasn't just about the moves on the board.
Right.
It was also about trying to get inside your opponent's head.
Right.
It's like a high-stakes poker game
Yeah.
where you're watching your opponent's every move,
Yeah.
trying to decipher
Yeah.
their tells.
I love that analogy.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So were there any specific moments in game 3
Yeah.
that revealed this psychological battle?
Well, one interesting example
Yeah.
is Gukesh's slight inaccuracy on move 15
Right.
G5.
Yeah.
Remember, up to that point,
Mm-hmm.
he'd been playing flawlessly,
Yeah.
putting immense pressure on Ding.
He seemed completely in control.
Yeah.
Do you think that inaccurate move was a sign that Gukesh was also feeling the pressure?
It's possible, right?
Right.
Maybe he sensed an opportunity.
Yeah.
But got a little overzealous. It gave Ding a much-needed
Right.
respite.
A moment to regain his composure.
Yeah, catch his breath a little bit.
Yeah. But as we know, that relief was short-lived.
Right.
Just a few moves later,
Oh,
Ding makes his critical blunder
yeah.
with RH5.
Oh, H5.
It's fascinating to me
Yeah.
how momentum can shift so quickly
Right.
in chess.
Like 1 minute you're in the driver's seat,
Yeah.
and the next you're scrambling to regain control.
Yeah.
And in this case,
Yeah.
Ding's blunder just completely changed the complexion of the game.
So I remember you mentioned that the detailed game notation is particularly helpful
You did.
in understanding what happened
Yeah.
after that mistake.
After 18.
Yeah.
Ding's bishop on C2 just became trapped.
Right.
And the notation shows
Mm-hmm.
how Gukesh just systematically targeted.
Right. That weakness.
He didn't rush.
He didn't rush.
Yeah.
He calculated his moves
Yeah.
precisely.
Right.
Forcing Ding to make concessions.
Yeah.
And eventually sacrifice material.
And the sources even suggest
Yeah.
that Gukesh might have prepared for this specific scenario.
He knew it was coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Having studied similar positions from past games,
That's incredible.
it really is. It's a testament to
I
his
bet.
dedication and preparation.
Yeah, he wasn't just relying on talent. He had put in the hours
Right.
to analyze and learn from the best.
So with his material advantage and the clock ticking away,
Yeah.
Gukesh was able to confidently march towards victory.
Yeah.
But beyond the technical aspects of the game, there's this intriguing subtext.
Oh, yeah.
Of how each player was trying to influence
the other's
mental state.
Mental state, yeah.
It's like they were playing two games.
Yeah.
One on the board,
right,
and one inside their heads.
And I think that's what makes this World Chess Championship so captivating.
Right. It's not just a display of, strategic brilliance.
Yeah.
It's a glimpse into the minds of these two brilliant individuals.
Right.
Locked in a battle of wits.
Speaking of battling wits.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the fact that Gukesh's opening 7H3 was a move often associated with Vladimir Kramnik.
Oh, interesting.
Do you think there was a deliberate attempt to draw inspiration from past masters?
I mean, chess is a game.
Yeah.
It's such a rich history, right?
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to see how players draw inspiration from those who came before them.
It's like they're building on a legacy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Adding their own chapters to the story of chess.
Yeah.
And in this case, Gukesh's use of a Kramnik-inspired opening adds another layer of depth.
It really does.
To the game.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that chess is constantly evolving with each generation of players contributing their unique insights and approaches.
Yeah.
So it's a testament to the enduring power of chess.
Chess is amazing.
This game that's been played for centuries, yet still manages to surprise and excite us.
Yeah, we know it's amazing.
And I think it's this blend of history, strategy, and psychology that makes the 2024 World Chess Championship so compelling.
It really is.
To follow.
Absolutely.
Now, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, there's one more aspect I want to touch on.
Okay.
We've talked about the psychological pressure on Ding.
Right.
But what about Gukesh?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
He's the challenger.
Yeah.
He's the underdog.
In many ways.
In many ways.
Yeah.
How do you think he was handling the pressure?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Of this high-stakes match.
Yeah, and it's one that deserves further exploration.
Right.
So let's delve into that.
Okay.
In the next part of our deep dive.
All right.
We will examine the final moments of this game and the lasting impact it had on the championship.
We've talked about Ding's experience and Gukesh's strategic brilliance, but what about Gukesh's mental game?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
He's playing with such incredible poise.
Yeah.
Especially in game 3.
Yeah.
How do you think he handles the pressure of the World Championship?
Well, it's easy to forget that he's still relatively young.
Right.
The sources actually describe him as calm and collected.
Wow.
Even under pressure.
Yeah, that's remarkable. I mean, most people would crumble
totally
under that kind of pressure.
Right.
What do you think contributes to his composure?
I mean, one factor might be his experience playing in these high-level tournaments from such a young age.
Yeah.
He's been competing against the best in the world for years.
Right.
So this kind of pressure isn't entirely new to him.
So it's like he's been through the fire and come out stronger.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's still so impressive to see someone so young handle this, this mental game with such maturity.
Absolutely.
And this mental resilience was crucial in game 3. Well, remember, he's facing a formidable opponent in Ding, a seasoned champion known for his fighting spirit.
And Ding had plenty of opportunities to capitalize on Gukesh's inaccuracy on move 50.
Right, but he didn't let that one mistake
derail him.
He stayed focused.
Yeah.
Kept the pressure on.
Yeah, and that's the hallmark of a true champion.
It is,
The ability to bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah, not let those mistakes get to you.
Yeah.
And stay focused on the goal.
And maintain that composure under pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've seen how Gukesh's strategic brilliance and mental fortitude secured him this victory in game 3.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture?
The championship.
Yeah. What does this win mean for the future of the championship?
Well, I think it's a turning point.
Yeah.
This win just injects a massive dose of confidence into Gukesh's game, while at the same time putting Ding in a difficult position.
Right, because now the score is tied.
Exactly, yeah.
And the momentum seems to be shifting towards the challenger. Yeah, it must have been a lot for Ding to process, you know?
Yeah.
He's used to being the one dictating the pace.
Right.
But now he's facing an opponent who can not only match him strategically,
right,
but also just has this incredible resilience mentally.
And Ding is a deep thinker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's known for meticulously analyzing his games and learning from his mistakes.
So he probably spent hours dissecting games.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where he went wrong.
Yeah.
How to adjust his approach.
Right. So we might see a different Ding in the subsequent games.
Yeah.
Maybe someone who's playing a little bit more cautiously, trying to avoid those costly blunders.
Right. But becoming too cautious could backfire.
Right, right.
It might give Gukesh the opportunity to seize the initiative and dictate the terms of the match.
So it's this delicate balancing act.
It is, yeah.
For Ding.
He needs to find a way to regain control.
Right.
Without becoming too predictable.
Right.
Or overly defensive.
And one article mentions Ding's tendency to experiment with unconventional openings.
Yeah, so maybe
it's possible.
He's thinking, all right, I'm going to try and surprise Gukesh.
Right.
Throw him off balance.
Yeah, but that's a bold strategy.
It is. It could be brilliant or disastrous, depending on how well he executes it.
And that's the beauty of this championship.
I know, it's so exciting.
Every game is a high-stakes gamble.
It is.
A clash of wits.
Where one misstep can have profound consequences.
Well, it's been incredible to explore this match.
It really has.
Through these sources that you provided.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've seen strategic brilliance.
We have.
Psychological battles.
Yeah.
Moments of pure tension.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this deep dive really highlights what makes chess such a captivating sport.
The game that demands so much.
Yeah.
You know, strategic thinking, mental fortitude, adaptability.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it's not just about the moves on the board.
No.
It's about the stories that those moves tell.
It's the stories of these individuals pushing the boundaries of their minds.
Right.
And challenging each other to reach new heights.
And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember
Yeah.
that this match,
Mhm.
this incredible clash of titans,
It
is just one chapter
Right.
in the larger
Yeah.
story of chess.
a story that's been going on for centuries
Yeah.
and will continue to go on
Yeah.
long after we're gone.
And I, for one,
Yeah.
cannot wait
I know.
to see what the future holds
Me too.
for this beautiful game.
Absolutely.
So to our listener, keep exploring the world of chess.
There's always more to discover.
You never know what hidden depths and fascinating insights you might discover.
Yeah, chess is amazing.